Living with ADHD is noisy and it's exhausting. And all of the stuff going on in here, it builds and builds and builds. We have this accumulated neural load. The amount of thoughts or input or stresses builds day by day or hour by hour throughout each day. As we start, we're a little bit slow off the mark, we sleep in a little bit, or coffee is not quite warm enough, it's a bit cold. We go for our morning walk and it's a bit wet or cold or rainy, so we cut it short and we come back. In the distance we hear, a hedge clipper or who knows. We pick up all of these things that we hear because we're so sensitive to everything going on around us at all times. We collect it all, we notice it all, and it adds up. Small interactions, a conversation that's not really that bad, but didn't quite go the way we wanted it to. It's very easy for us to dismiss things and go, yeah, whatever, it's fine, I'm fine. But these things accumulate. And as they do, they take up more and more of our precious real estate, leaving with less and less left over for us to regulate, to feel good, to make other good decisions. Instead, we're stuck with less and less capacity for anything else. And then we get to the end of the day and for no good reason, we're snapping at others, we're frustrated. All we want to do is hide and put our head under the covers, even though no individual, discrete, specific thing went wrong. Just a whole lot of things went fine. Or really, they went fine. And we sleep, and maybe not as much sleep as we'd need or would like, because our nervous system's a bit strung out already, so we're not getting the quality of rest that we should have if we really wanted to clear all of that load. Just in time to begin again tomorrow, fresh off the mark with not quite enough sleep. And the accumulation begins again. So, what do? We have to clear these little niggles. These small little things, they do accumulate. It's easy to dismiss, but it's more important. And it's harder to acknowledge them and to notice them and say, yeah, that was a thing. I felt that. That left more of a mark than I might have liked. And I'm going to process that. And how do you process? How do you, as the person watching this, what are the ways that you process things? Are you a verbal processor like me? Do you like to talk at people? Regardless of if they even say too much back, I'll call people up and go, yeah, this blah, 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 blah. Thanks so much, you've helped me so much. And they haven't said a word. But me being able to talk to someone helps me massively. That's one thing. Being in nature, I love just this is grounding for me. Surrounded by trees and nature calms me down. I like to, and I'm tempted to, reach for the remote. Or do all of these things that are easier to access, but not quite as regulating. And it's hard. It's a practice. It requires some insight and a little bit of, I'm going to say, courage. To say, hey, this thing would be better for me to do. It's not what I want to do. What I want to do is be a lazy couch potato. But it would be better for me to do this thing. All right. And before things get loud in the background, thanks again. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.